The level of police presence. The first and foremost is there an ongoing threat? Is there more to this? Is there potential for this to be beyond what just happened? So that's what law enforcement is focused on right now. I don't know if anyone's in custody. I know we're going to get more information, but that would be the very first issue law enforcement is concerned about, protecting the community.
And indeed, we are getting some more information on that. Breaking news out of the city of Philadelphia, confirming now that at least 2 people were shot in West Philly. This is early this afternoon near one of the largest mosques in that city, with the reports saying it was during an event marking the end of Ramadan, an Eid event in Philadelphia today, where they still have a very large police presence on the scene. Again, at least 2 people were shot. Stuart Kaplan joins us with perspective. Stuart, former FBI agent and defense attorney, with the latest on this. Misty Marris, who was here earlier, legal analyst and trial attorney, is with me here in New York. Stuart, again, it's always tough to know what to go on with these early reports coming in, but at least 2 people shot at this Eid event in West Philly. What do you make of it?
Well, you know, just a couple of years ago, you would be jumping to a conclusion and say it must be terrorism. But unfortunately, as you know, most of our major cities are riddled with crime, as we saw just a couple of months ago during the Super Bowl celebration, the parade in Kansas City. That turned out to be, you know, more of individuals that were, you know, in possession of illegal firearms. And I would assume, and my contacts are telling me that here, unfortunately, in the city of Philadelphia, this is gang related. And this is just another example of the norm throughout the major cities across the United States, where bad people are in possession of illegal guns.
Well, that's an interesting thing. I'll bring Misty in a moment, but Stuart, to continue on that point with you, you're saying just because this is happening at a religious event, a religious celebration, doesn't mean it's related to that in any way necessarily. Gang violence happens every day in the inner city, and this could be just another instance of it.
That is correct. In other words, you know, you would have made a quick assumption that given the fact that it is a religious gathering, Ramadan, obviously the holiest of holidays in connection with the Muslim community, that you would assume that it would be outside forces targeting the Muslim community. Unfortunately, we're seeing crime is rampant. There are too many people that have illegal guns, and they gather at these events, and they are unwelcomed and shouldn't be there in the first place. And unfortunately, they have disputes, and these disputes spill over. And tragically, generally, or unfortunately, they cause carnage to innocent people.
And to be clear, did you get that information or some of the information you shared from a law enforcement contact of your own? We're still trying to confirm ourselves what's going on there, but you spoke to someone, Stuart? Is that what you're saying?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
That is correct.
Misty, your thoughts on what we're hearing so far from Philly?
Yeah, Stuart has nailed it. And this is what law enforcement, the analysis they're going through. They're looking at, what is this altercation? Is it a mass shooting, something motivated by that this was a religious event? Is it an altercation just between 2 people that got out of hand and others got in the way? So all of that is going to be part of the investigation right now. First and foremost, it's taking measures to protect those who are injured, maybe life-saving measures to the extent needed, getting those people the care they need. And then it's also just conducting this investigation to see what the motivation was for this tragic event.
Anything, Stuart, from the people you're talking to, Ed, what Misty's saying about how law enforcement's been handling it, whether they have the people yet? I saw some reports that they might be, but then I'm not sure. And again, we're trying to confirm all this information. Anything that you're hearing on that, Stuart?
Several of the victims are actually the participants that took part in this shooting. And then, of course, you know, the one advantage, especially in a large city such as Philadelphia, CCTV is going to be an invaluable tool to backtrack, identify these individuals, and then move forward and see exactly how this event unfolded. But there are certain individuals that right now are being treated for gunshot wounds that the law enforcement believes participated actually in the shooting itself.
Okay, that's a good point. As we wrap this discussion for now, we'll have more information on in a moment, Misty, on the CCTV. You've probably seen that in a lot of cases you've worked on, and we've discussed here in a lot of cities. Sometimes you have a lot of video these days to go on.
CCTV, not only that, you have phone video, pictures. People might be taking videos just of the event and capture something in the background. Sometimes when these things happen, people pull out their phones at that moment. So there's a lot of electronic footprint in any of these cases. We often see that, and that helps put together a timeline. It helps put together an investigative strategy to identify those who are involved and to ultimately make the arrests and protect the community.
All right, Misty, thank you. Stuart, you hear anything else, let us know. We appreciate your time as well. Again, the breaking news out of Philadelphia, at least 2 people shot there in West Philly. I want to bring in Dr.